Live streams are always fun, you know. We're live.
What is up, everyone?
Let's go.
Hey.
Up.
And I know what you're thinking. Yes, that background is real for Spencer.
Wait, is that really actually real? I was.
Oh yeah, this is real. Yeah, this isn't great. This is. I'm outside right now.
Nice. That's awesome. This background's real too, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sean, yours is real. Yours definitely looks real.
Yeah, sure.
That was your background last time, right?
Yeah.
A little bit upgraded since last time.
Yeah, it was a little different. You got
some lights, got
lights, on the side. The posters and stuff. Yeah, filled it out a little bit more.
Yeah, it's coming together really well.
Okay, that's awesome. A lot has happened since the last live stream. It seems like that was only a month ago. When did we do a live stream together?
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago, maybe a month. Yeah, something like that.
And then and I told you guys we're gonna have some big news, and then all of a sudden,
it was right before the announcement. Yeah.
Yep, literally right before. But it's like you can't like legally say anything, so we're like, we'll definitely get back on here and have some fun with this next.
We were having everybody on here guessing what it was going to be, and I don't know why we just didn't put together that the announcement was going to happen on May 4th, and then
I don't
know why we didn't do that.
I didn't.
Yeah.
So many people didn't get that though. Even in our Discord, we literally thought that people would just know, and we're like, let's just not say anything when people guess.
Yeah.
There was only a very small handful that were like, I think it's Star Wars because May 4th. But everyone else is like, guessing all these other things. Or like, guys,
it was so obvious.
Important. Yeah, the date tells it all. Yeah, press release went live on May 4th. We announced partnership with Disney, doing Star Wars. That's what we're here to talk about today. I know Will's gonna get on. Let me see. Let me text him real quick. But yeah, I'm curious for you guys. What was your reaction? I guess what did you think when you heard the news?
I was super stoked.
Fresh shots, all the above, all the feels.
Yeah.
And so happy for you guys. That's such a man. That's gonna be such a fun drop. Yeah. And the collectibles are great. They look great.
I'm so excited, and honestly, we've barely even shown what really happens once you buy the holocron, because basically we wanted everything to be a surprise. Normally we'll show everything, but we're like, let's just keep everything a surprise so people will really be blown away. The music, the animation, the effect, special effects.
I'm excited to see what you do with the animation in the opening. Yeah. Such a good job with the Motu Cube. So I can only imagine that you guys stepped it up from here.
Oh, I feel like every time we have to step it up, right? It's it only just keeps getting better and better every single drop. Yeah, it's crazy. Even our very first drop, ZUFO, which is our own original IP. Those characters, when they first came out, they had a very small, simple animation, and then it was a still photo, and it was very simple, but even that was mind blowing, especially at the time. But then now to see how far we've come, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, the unboxing experience is awesome. I'm definitely keeping a bunch of cubes unopened.
Nice.
I'm going to be a psychopath like that and keep a bunch of holocrons unopened so people can get mad at me.
Chad, you don't have to lie to everyone like that. But thank you. But
I feel that. That's a fact.
Love you, Chad.
Oh yeah, Chad did a video about us. I remember. I think I
NFT
gave him
Pirates.
Yeah. NFT Pirates.
He's the best. He's the best.
He's awesome. Yeah, we've had such great support from everyone. What's up,
hey, Jason?
What is the new announcement you guys just made on the Discord?
New announcement. We just posted an update video. So every week we actually post an update video. This time we had Will on the update video. Actually, the big announcement that nobody had known before this was that we announced that. So people were wondering, can you actually get golden tickets from minting Star Wars? And we said yes, and that it'll actually give you early access to our future Star Wars drops, which we did not say that. Everyone's like, are you doing more than just these 3 characters? And we were like, we don't know, we're not gonna say. So we officially announced that. Nice. So you guys can take your guesses on who the next characters are. We're not gonna say, but feel free to guess.
That was my Chewbacca impression.
That's pretty good, actually.
That was
pretty
good.
I feel like Kevin probably does better, but
yeah, definitely.
If we do that character, we'll have to use that soundbite.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Looks like we got Will here. Let's bring him up.
All right.
Will!
Hey, what's going on?
Guys, dude, I'm so sorry I'm late. It's
all good.
Just a random Tuesday here at Land.
Get it. How's it going?
It's good. We're all hands on deck, getting ready for this drop tomorrow.
Yeah.
And, the team's working around the clock. There's all these like little finishing touches that we got to do, but super exciting. So appreciate it.
Thanks for taking the time to come join us. Yeah, with the drop coming up tomorrow.
For sure. No, happy to be here.
So I guess one of the things that I wanted to know was, how did you guys land Star Wars and Disney? Like that's like a huge license. Like, how did you guys pull that off? Not that like Motu wasn't like a huge feed and everything else you guys have done, but
yeah, we were able to connect with the Disney folks, and thankfully we were able to jump on a call, show them what we were building. Had a lot of great initial conversations with the team there. And just started talking about the vision of the platform and what we wanted to build. And one thing is certain with Disney is they're always leaning into innovation and trying to find new, creative, innovative ways to meet their customers where they are. And we just clicked right off the get-go, and just started chatting about what this could look like. And it all came together. Over the past year, basically, we were chatting back and forth and excited to finally bring this to fruition. The team has worked around the clock to create this line and this experience, so we're really excited. So I think to answer your question about why and how, I think both Disney and us here at Cryptoys, we're just a bunch of passionate people, and the passions met in the middle, and we had a bunch of amazing ideated jam sessions. And that's one of the great things about this relationship, and I've enjoyed it so much so far, is when we're on the calls with the Disney team, it feels like one team. We really are like working together, ideating together, jamming together, and like the energies just match so well. So I think that is felt on both sides, and I think that's why we're able to create something so special together. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So and I guess like Disney has so many different properties. How did you guys end up landing on Star Wars?
So when we kind of just had this like brainstorming session of like what would be the best fit for the platform, and at Cryptoys we really make a point to really work on IPs and franchises that we're fans of ourselves and that we can do justice to the line, because fandom is so important, and getting things right, detail, nailing every detail and being very meticulous about things is so important that to be authentic with the line, you have to truly know these characters and love and appreciate and respect these characters. And there's just so much massive Star Wars fandom within the On-Chain Studios company, that was initially like what was on the top of our wish list. It was Star Wars, because we're massive Star Wars fans, and we felt like we could truly like do this line justice. And I've said this before, like we really feel like what we created is like a love letter from Star Wars fans to Star Wars fans with this line. There's every detail is accounted for. You guys will see in the unboxing experience, you're unboxing freaking holocrons. Like, how epic is that? You're literally unboxing a holocron. And it's just amazing. Like, you're a huge fan of like the Clone Wars shows and seeing these holocrons open, and only a Jedi can open a holocron, so here we all get to be Jedis for a little bit.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
Yeah, put that cash together. That's awesome.
The collectibles look awesome. It's been fun seeing the some of the characters, like specifically Anakin / Darth Vader. It's been really cool. But I'm curious, like, what's the process of creating a new digital toy line?
Yeah. It starts off, well, first of all, with the ideation. You ideate, you create which characters are we going to do? So once you nail the characters, it goes into concept. So you're doing 2D concept art first and foremost. So that starts with the 2D team. And then you're ideating on the different kind of looks, the rarities, the different variants that you would go with. So with Darth, and we're sticking to everything's within canon. So you have to pull within the Star Wars, Darth Vader was a tricky one, because with Luke, you had like Luke through the years. You had Farm Boy Luke, Red 5 Luke, you had Jedi, Jedi Master. There's a lot of variants with Luke, but like Darth's a tricky one, right? Because Darth is Darth, So you have to really figure like what's canon and how many variants can we do. The cool thing about, you see Anakin, the first version, of Luke Skywalker. Of Anakin Skywalker. He's actually Darth Vader in that moment, right? Because he already has kneeled in front of Palpatine at that point, and he's already in Order 66. So technically, even though he doesn't have the mask on, he's Darth
good point.
Vader. That's Darth Vader. He's knighted already as the Sith Lord at that point, right? So
people were definitely like wondering about. I saw some like discussions on that. It's like, is that Darth Vader? Is that Anakin?
Yeah, at that point, he's officially Darth Vader. At that point, he just hasn't been. Spoiler alert! I don't want to spoil it. For anyone that hasn't seen Revenge of the Sith. He hasn't taken his trip to Mustafar. I'll just say that. So yeah, and then Darth, you have the classic Vader, you have the cracked helmet from the Obi-Wan series and from Rebels, and then you have Meditation Chamber. So you really only had a few ones to pull from if you're sticking within canon. So you okay, what are the variants that we're going to do? And then you go from there, from 2D, you get that approved, and then you get into 3D modeling. Then once you get the modeling done, you get the texturing done. The art team, hopefully we could do a future stream with you guys, and you could have a bunch of the artists on here that could really talk.
Yeah. I'd love that.
Super cool. Yeah.
Actually, Kevin, our host of the podcast, he's an incredibly talented visual effects artist and an animator. Yeah. So he's worked with a lot of 3D models in the past. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So that's how it all comes together. And then you get into the items and the accessories, and you have a lot of fun with that. We're really proud of how it came out. And I think also what's worth pointing out is Cryptoys has a style, right? It's a very specific style, kind of like Funko Pop has their style, everything like Lego has an aesthetic, right? And you wrap the IP around the aesthetic. And we do that for a few reasons. And, I think to start, it's important to point out, this whole thing kind of started as, when my daughter had this idea for the toy of the future, this digital toy and what that would look like. And she was a big fan of these. She still is, these surprise unboxing toys. And they all have this chibi art style, the bigger head, the big eyes, etc. And that's very popular amongst a lot of different demographics here in the United States, but also overseas in Asia, etc. So we think it has really great appeal. But also, most importantly, from a technical perspective, you need to have uniformity across the line if you're going to do animations, different things. So if you want to do like emotes, which we will be doing, right? If you want to do an emote that Darth Vader can do and also Skeletor can do, you need the proportions to be the same. They need to be the same arm length. They need to be the same joint points, so that you can apply these emotes across the line. Like if you look at Fortnite, for example, there's a reason that you can apply an emote to every single character is because all the proportions are the same across a Fortnite, right? So you're able to do that. So if you have a platform that has different variants, some are humongous, some are small, then you have a lot of variants and like a lot of like things that you're unable to do. So the uniformity to us is a big feature that you're able to do a lot of cool creative things with, and you're going to see that functionality play out here for the next few months.
I love it. And if I'm not mistaken, actually, some of the characters, I think the first time we see them on the blockchain, like Princess Leia, for example, I think that's right.
That we didn't,
unintentional, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
Do you guys think about first appearances of characters like when you're now?
No, I mean, we worked on the line, and the initial characters that we wanted to do, we wanted to
that's cool.
Come out swinging with some really big ones, and we said, okay, we're going to stick to the trilogies, right? Obviously, and focus on those and get into the lore. So obviously, what's the most iconic, Star Wars characters of all time? You could start with Darth Vader, right? And if you're going to do Darth, you got to do, again, no spoilers, I'm not going to say, but they're all you got to do the fam,
Yeah.
So we had to stick with that line, and that was kind of a happy accident. We didn't know that was
that's
the first
cool
appearance or whatever. So, but that goes to show you that's the type of company we are. Like, it's all about fandom first, and not like trying to like be like, oh, we want the first appearance. Like, this all started with just being geeks, and we're like, let's do these three.
Yeah, we have a couple fan favorites. People want Jar Jar.
Okay, Jar Jar.
Yeah. That's what people want. Jar Jar. Hey, Sean, maybe you can give us a Jar Jar so that we can.
I'm on board with that. That's my new favorite.
Sean, can you give us a Jar Jar impression so we can put that one on the Crypto as well?
Yeah, I'll work on that later. That was gonna need a lot of work. There it is. So for a lot of our viewers, if they haven't been updated on the drop itself as far as supply and price,
Yep.
can you give us some more details on that? And what's
Yeah,
going to be
so
involved?
$39.99 per cube. You could buy with a credit card, any major credit card. You can use Apple Pay, Google Pay, super simple. Buy at cryptoys.com. There's going to be 30,000 in total across the entire wave. 10,000 per character. But once you start to break it down, it doesn't feel like so much, right? So you got 10,000 Vaders, 10,000 Lukes, 10,000 Leias, and then you start breaking down the rarities of each one. So, I don't know the exact numbers of each, but I think it's a 40% pull of the commons. Steph has it in front.
30% rare.
30% rare, etc. So, by the time you get to the rares and the legendaries and the grails and the ultra grails, it's there's some scarcity in there if that's what you're looking for, is scarcity, but there's also availability. So we're trying to find what that right middle ground is. Like, we're a digital toy company first and foremost, and we need to grow the fan base, the user base, and make this fun. Everybody here that's on the stream, and folks in the digital collecting community, we forget how early we are. Like, this is a very early space that's emerging, which is exciting, but we also have to be very welcoming to all these people that are coming in for the first time to buy NFTs and digital collectibles for the first time. And we've been to the Comic-Cons and the licensing shows and whatnot, and people are averse sometimes to digital collecting and NFTs because they think there's this like FOMO mentality that's always created, that like, hey, if you don't get it, they're going to be gone. And to them, it feels like very artificial and inauthentic, where it's like, if I want to buy a collectible, I'll go on Amazon or eBay and I'll buy it, and we need a little bit of that too in this industry to welcome people with open arms in a warm way and not make it so speculative and FOMO inducing, which is kind of what the space has been to this point. So a little bit of a different approach that we hope will appeal to new collectors to come into the space.
Yeah, I really appreciate the fact that you guys don't have a marketplace yet. It kind of takes out a lot of that speculative aspect and really just allows the collectors to do their thing and buy the things that they enjoy.
Yeah, thank you for that. I really appreciate that. That's obviously a controversial thing. Like, some people are like, you need a marketplace on launch, and marketplace is coming. But some people, and thank you, Spencer, for saying that, some people think it's a feature, not a bug, not having a marketplace. That, you know what? I know that if I'm here with these other people on this platform, I'm here because I believe in the project and I'm here for fun and fandom first. And anything beyond that is because we nailed fun and fandom versus speculation on what's to come, which again, it might be great for 10,000 of us early adopters, but for the millions that we're trying to track, they don't want nothing to do with that mentality. They want fun and fandom and that first. And, again, I see Superman right behind you, right, Sean? Like, the people that created Superman and issued Superman #1, they didn't create it thinking, hey, this is going to sell for $1 million one day. They created a great story, right, and a compelling narrative. And the story was so captivating that eventually millions of people around the world loved that story, and the fandom got so big that now Superman 1 is worth something. But again, it started with fun and fandom first. Pokemon, the same thing. They didn't create Pokemon cards in 1999 thinking that the Holo Charizard is going to be worth 6 figures one day. They just created a fun trading card game and fun stuff that people would enjoy. And so many people started enjoying it that eventually it takes over, that these things are worth money to millions of people around the world. And that's what sets the market. So we got to get back to those roots of creating markets and interesting communities and fandom versus the reverse, which is, in my opinion, what Web3 has been to this point. So
it's a breath of fresh air to see something organic in Web3.
And sometimes that's not and I appreciate you saying that. We deal with a lot of the folks, and I got a lot of folks in my mentions on Twitter right now saying like, I'm not touching this until there's a marketplace. And first of all, I hear you and I value your feedback, and marketplace is coming, but let's also think about, we want to be here for generations. Cryptoys wants to be the toy company of the future. And we want our kids and our grandkids to be able to use this. And sometimes we need to just take a breath for a second and make sure that we're setting up for longevity versus like setting up for like the quick flips, etc. like, you know, we got to start things off on the right foot. And we have really massive ambition. You know, this company is, you know, from just a you know, a feature standpoint and a scope standpoint, it's the most ambitious project I've ever worked on in my life. There's so much nuance and so much tech, and there's, you know, digital toys and collecting, there's gaming, there's entertainment, there's animation, there's licensing, there's all these different aspects of marketing and trading. There's so much here. You know, if it's this ambitious, you have to make sure that you do it the right way, so you're set up for long-term success. And you know, we're really making sure we do that the right way.
It's been fun to see, especially for Disney, to get involved and like spread their wings and try different things. What was the process like talking to them about Web3? Did they understand it right away? I mean, I know they've been involved with VV, but this is kind of different. So I'm curious what their thought process was in that.
They're incredibly savvy, you know, when it comes to Web3. And,
cool.
You know, I think, again, what you're seeing is a company like Disney, trust me, has no shortage of interest of platforms that want to work with them, right, and license it. But I think what you're seeing is, again, a very thoughtful, calculated approach that Disney is taking. They believe in the space wholeheartedly. They're leaning into innovation in this space. They're, again, meeting the customer where they are, but doing so in a very calculated way, because if you don't do it in a calculated way, you're just going to see flippers galore all over the stuff, and all of a sudden it's going to set the wrong precedent. You're not going to grow community authentically. You know, when you're a company like Disney or Mattel, for that matter, you have such important IP that matters to so many people, you know, millions of people around the world. And you want to embrace technology and where things are going and whatnot, but you also have to be respectful to the fans of the IP and do so in a very calculated way. So they're you know, very savvy when it comes to Web3. They know everything that's going on. I'll tell you that much. They pay attention to everything, and they're excited by where the space is going. And they're also very rightfully so calculated by what they do. And I'm super bullish. That whole team is amazing. You know, and they call them the Imagineers for a reason. You get that vibe every time you talk with the folks over there. So.
And really quickly, Will, could you close out your, I think it's Discord or Slack that keeps making all the pings.
Is that me?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, yeah. It must be drop week. I don't know. I got Discord open.
I think it's Discord because I can see the people in Discord right now talking. Yeah. Shout out to our
we forgot to announce this at the beginning of the stream, but for those of you who are going to stick around to the end of the stream, we're going to be doing a live giveaway. So definitely stick with us live if you want to get your hands on one of the holocrons.
Nice.
I guess a question that I had. So obviously gaming is a big focus for you. I don't know if you can share anything yet, but can we expect a Star Wars game?
I'll say this: there will be a custom experience for Star Wars. I'll say this.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah. Love that.
So, you know, and also, like, I think a lot of folks are familiar with the block. You know, you take your Masters of the Universe Cryptoy, you can take it out of the packaging, you could run around what we call the block, which is a test drive area. We're doing a custom version of the block for Star Wars. So right away, tomorrow, you won't be able, when you take it out of the packaging, and I encourage folks to do the full unboxing because it's freaking epic. You're not able right away to run around with your Cryptoys right away because we're doing a custom version of the block specifically for Star Wars. And folks will realize once they've played the block, there's no item support in the current version of the block. So if you go with He-Man spawns on the block. He doesn't have his sword, or Skeletor doesn't have his staff. I mean, we need lightsabers on the block. We need blasters on the block, right? So we're doing a custom version of the block that will support items, your lightsabers and your blasters. So that will be coming, you know, shortly after we launch it. So while there's not the Star Wars block functionality right out of the gate, that's because we are doing something really special for your Star Wars Cryptoys, so that you'll continue having more functionality with them. So custom Star Wars experience is coming.
Awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. I don't always like ripping things out of the packaging, but it's gonna be worth it probably for.
I'd say this.
Listen, sounds like.
I'll say this: if you get a few duplicates, like if you get like maybe like 3 common Vaders or whatever,
I'm great at getting duplicates. You should have seen the last live stream.
open one, and at least do one light side, one dark side, because there's different experiences for both. Oh, spoiler alert.
Cut that.
The team did such a phenomenal job with the unboxing, the blister pack, and then how they pop out of the blister pack. And I'd say this: just make sure your volume is turned all the way up for the unboxing.
Nice. Yeah, it's good to know.
They have a way, KD. They have a way of extracting alpha. Every time I come on this show, it's alpha extracting.
So for the new people who might not be as familiar, can you explain a little bit about the unboxing experience and kind of the different states of the NFT?
Do you want us to share the screen too, so people can see?
Oh yeah, sure, that'd be great.
Okay. Let me pull it up.
So there's 3 states. You have your cube state, you have your blister pack wrapped state, and then you have your fully unboxed unwrapped state. So what you're going to be buying tomorrow is holocrons. You're going to be buying the actual holocron cubes for $39.99. Those will be in your wallet in your backpack, I should say, after purchase. And then you can decide at that point, you can even just keep them as cubes. It's kind of like the theory of not opening a pack of basketball cards if you wanted to keep them unopened, or a pack of Pokemon cards, right? It's up to you if you want to reveal what's inside. So then you have a choice. You can click on it, unbox it, and then it'll show you what is inside. So at that point, you'll see the second state, which is that blister pack that you see here. Love that blister pack, by the way. The team did an incredible job. I don't want to spoil too much on the experience of this, so I'll keep my mouth shut. But yeah, you'll see it tomorrow. Team did,
you've done so much already. You might as well just keep going.
Yeah. Team did incredible job. I'll just say this: like, look at the texturing of the blister pack. You can see the bottom; it's metal. The blister pack is like got a metal vibe to it. If you watch enough movies, you'll of the Star Wars films, you'll know that there's an effect when certain things cut through metal and how it looks and certain vibes. So you'll see cool things happen when you unwrap it. Now, at this point, you can decide if you want to keep it in the blister pack or take it out of the packaging. So if there'll be a back button on the experience. If you want to just see it in the blister pack, you can then see what serial number you got and all that, and then you can decide again if you want to fully unopen it. And at that point, if you fully unopen it, the character will come to life. There'll be some custom animation, some epic audio stuff will happen, and there you go. So you do have a choice, a bunch of different decisions to make amongst the unboxing experience.
Wow.
Yeah. You're seeing all the different rarities here.
Yeah, they look so good.
In the Ultra Grails, by the way, like we're going to be doing some cool stuff around the Ultra Grail. So if you pull one of the Ultra Grails, and there's 300 of these, there's 100 Vaders, 100 Lukes, and 100. It's a little bit different. Before our previous lines, there were only one of ones.
Right.
And now we upped it because we want to do some cool stuff around Ultra Grails. Still very scarce. It's only 1% of the entire collection. If you pull these, there's going to be some fun stuff that we're going to announce. For anybody that has an Ultra Grail, we'll have some perks associated with that. So stay tuned. So yeah, we're just so proud. We love the way all these came out, and I just want to give a call out real quick, Steph, if you could scroll up. The thing is with Cryptoys, like again, the attention to detail, it's really, really important. They're very, very again, our team is very focused on every little nuance and detail here. Every character we do is an individual like model. It's not like we're doing one and like it's a different pose for each rarity, or it's a different skin where you're just like saying, okay, here's a blue Darth Vader and a red Darth Vader. Like these are individual, models that we've done from scratch for each one. So you can see, if like Luke is a great example, right? If you see Luke, there's Farm Boy Luke. You scroll down, that's Red 5. Like that's not a skin, that's a full-on different character that we created. So the team really put so many nights and weekends into like this project, and to make sure that this was as detailed and nuanced and as fun and as collectible as possible. So
yeah, it's funny. I was going over these with Kevin because Kevin's a really big Star Wars fan, and he's also a very harsh critic when it comes to 3D models. Oh, yeah. And he loves these. He thinks these are awesome. Oh,
so
he's
happy
pumped.
to hear that.
Yeah.
Look, everybody knows in art and 3D, humans are the hardest. They are the
Yeah.
absolute
Yes.
hardest to do. Like
100%.
when you have animals or other kind of races or species or whatever the case may be, it's a little bit easier because you don't have that. Again, Freddie says this better than I do. Like, we've been conditioned to look at faces our entire life. We know what faces look like, and if it's hard. Video game developers and artists have run into this problem before, right? Like, I know a lot of feedback on different platforms. Like, faces are hard. Human faces are hard to get right. So we're really proud of the work we did here. Some of these are just so epic, and I'm just so proud of the team and the way they did it, because it is the hardest thing to do. Like, if you look at like Zoofo Escape, it's easy to make a cute panda. Like, I wouldn't say easy, but a lot easier than to do the human stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
So just really proud of the team to do them this well.
For those that are new to, or Spencer, were you gonna say something?
Oh no, yeah, I was gonna. We had a couple questions from the audience.
Okay, cool.
So like for example, like in VV, the licensor generally holds back a certain number of editions that they hold on to. Do you guys do that? And I guess if so, how many? And kind of how does that work?
Yeah, we set aside a number of cubes for us and the partner for promotional reasons. I think that you'll see that pretty standard across all platforms. Like we can come on shows like this and give some to your community, for example, right? But one thing that we will never do is set aside specific mints. I didn't even know that was a thing until recently. We set aside cubes at complete random, so we have no idea what mint number is inside them or whatnot. But the answer is yes. We do promotional stuff. We have to set aside a number of them for promo and marketing reasons. And yeah, that's kind of just par for the course. And we'll fully disclose those numbers. I think Steph has blog posts and things like that will go over that. But yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah.
And then the next question is, what time is the drop?
We'll announce that very soon. Stay tuned.
Okay.
It's coming. We are finalizing a few specific things. There's a lot of like requests for folks to do it at specific times. There's folks all over the world minting this collection. And also we are just trying to make sure it runs as smooth as possible from a server perspective. There's a lot of like security stuff that we're just finalizing right now. So we're going to announce it very soon. Stay tuned.
That's
cool.
awesome.
Yep.
So for any of our viewers out there who are new to Cryptoys, is there anything specific that you'd like them to know?
It's a very different kind of company. Again, the way when we created this company, we imagined what the toy company of the future would look like. And, we really identify as a digital toy company. We don't identify as an NFT company or Web3 or blockchain. We use those technologies, but they're technologies at the end of the day. We identify as a digital toy company. And it's interesting because there's never been a digital toy company before. I had an investor the other day. I was talking about some of our marketing campaigns, and he said, well, how do other digital toy companies do it? And I said, other digital toy companies? I don't really know of any other ones. So we're focusing on that. And then what is incredible is like once you think of things through the lens of a toy and you don't have any limitations of the physical world like plastic manufacturing or gravity or physics, what amazing experiences can you enable through the lens of a toy that's still very toyetic? So, I just, tweeted about this the other day and I mentioned before, the best way to think about Cryptoys, you took a toy company like Mattel and a gaming company like Nintendo. And if those two companies had a baby, it would be Cryptoys, right? So we have the DNA of a toy company and a gaming company kind of mixed into one. And I would zoom out of the word gaming. That's just a good way to describe it. But I'd focus more on interactive experiences than I would say always gaming. Gaming, there are going to be games that you could play on the platform, but we're focused more so on interactive experiences that you could have with your toy. There will be an AR feature. There will be an AI feature so you can talk to your toys. You can't call those games, but you can call that interactivity. Super bullish on what we're going to see from Apple here over the next few months or whenever they announce their AR or VR headset. I think that's going to be a huge leap forward for platforms like us to enable cool experiences. So yeah, it's really more so about that than gaming, but gaming is a piece of it. But I'd say more about digital experiences through toys. And I mean, you'll see it tomorrow with the Star Wars unboxing experience. That unboxing experience is impossible in the physical world. It's just the laws of physics do not allow it. But that's what we're about. Like, we hope when you unbox your Cryptoy tomorrow, your inner child is just alive at that moment, and that's really the goal at the end of the day, is to make people happy and make them smile. So
Love that.
Oh, we're so excited. This is going to be a blast. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, excited to have the drop time so I can set my calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get you.
I will not remember if I don't put it in my calendar. My calendar is what I live by.
We'll get you ASAP.
All right, so I think good time to do our giveaway, huh? So
Let's do
I'm
it.
thinking for a trivia question. Oh, so I guess what are we giving away first of all before we get into the trivia question? I have a good one though.
We can give away 2 holocrons, so we'll do 2 good trivias, and I
2
guess
good
the
trivias.
first person to answer. Should we do like a speed? Whoever's the
Yeah,
first person.
first person to answer in the chat. Yeah,
And it has to be right, the correct
and first
answer, obviously.
first correct answer in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So first question is, what Star Wars character did Sean make an impression of earlier in the stream?
Oh, you had to have been like the first 5 minutes,
Had to be early.
even before Will joined.
So I guess Will can compete too if he wasn't here. He doesn't know.
Oh,
Ooh, someone already got it.
There we go. Yeah, there we go.
That was
I think
quick.
Up Crypto?
Yeah. Yep.
Who is it?
Up Crypto. Congratulations, Jason.
Let's go.
on the
Jason,
draw.
send me a D. Are you in our Discord, Jason? Or let us know. You can let me know right here. What's your Cryptoys username? And I don't have holocrons in the marketing account yet, but probably tomorrow or the day after. Should be able to send you a holocron. Congrats.
Awesome. All right. And then who's got a good second question?
what's the total number of editions of the ultra rare or the ultra grails? The total number of all the editions, yeah.
Total editions
across all variants,
across all 3 variants, yeah.
All 3 variants.
So you had to have done the math, right? Because we only showed the percentages from the
We'll
website.
actually mention the
Right,
other
nope.
note.
Crypto Doozy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. Sorry to give you the.
There you go.
Hey.
There we go.
Nice.
Congratulations, Crypto Doozy.
Crypto Doozy. Congrats.
Cool. All right,
Crypto Doozy, I have your username already too.
Perfect.
Congratulations, guys.
Did he send his username?
Well, we can get it
Okay.
for you. Yeah. But cool. Thanks so much for coming on, guys. It was such a fun stream. Always such a good time having you guys on and chatting with you about everything Cryptoys and beyond.
Oh, we're so happy every time to jump on with you guys. You guys are a blast. And I gotta say, man, your view is like gold.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm in Lake Tahoe at the moment.
Oh my god, majestic.
Him, me, him.
You guys are both, I would say both views
in different ways.
Yeah.
Come on, Sean, touch some grass.
This is the definition of balance. You could have like one side, and then you got to go out and you got to touch grass every now and then. Both. You know, you need both. I love it.
And we started the first couple minutes. We told Stefan, that background's real. Spencer's there right now. He's in Tahoe.
That's awesome.
One of my favorite places in the world. Yeah, so
It's
good.
beautiful weather up here right now.
Enjoy it, man.
So nice.
Thank you.
Well, thanks again for coming on, guys. This was an absolute blast, and I look forward to doing this again soon.
Yeah, anytime. Thanks again, guys.
And good luck with the drop tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's going to be a busy next 24 hours.
That's
yeah.
Yeah, just wanted to thank you again to everyone who's watching, everybody who tunes in, everybody in the community. If you're watching this live, thank you for spending your time with us. If you're watching this as a recording, thank you so much for watching it, and just super grateful for all the good vibes in the community. There's just been so much love that has come our way since we made the announcement, and just you guys, even before the announcement, you guys have always been huge supporters of everything that we're doing, and we're just so grateful. So can't wait to hear what you guys think of the unboxing experience and the whole drop tomorrow. So thank you guys again.
Can't wait to see it. And make sure everyone to follow them at Cryptoys, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right. See you, everyone.
Awesome.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.